T Squad, it's me, Keisha. So I'm about to do my Married to Medicine LA review. This is season 1, episode 2. So we start off the episode with Britton and her husband Mac. They're trying to figure out what they're gonna do as far as this long distance marriage thing that they're doing right about now. They need to get him and the kids out to LA ASAP. Mac doesn't want to come to LA and settle because back in Florida they have a huge mansion. It is huge, it is beautiful, it's on the lake. Like they got money in Florida, but they money ain't gonna stretch like that in LA because the cost of living is even more expensive. So he wants to live outside the city so they can continue to live in the lap of luxury like they've been living. And Brittany, like, I wish you would have told me this a long time ago, because then I could have been looking for what the hell you saying you want. So he said he gonna give her a little bit more time to find him a place because they can't keep on doing this back and forth bullshit. So Asha tells her husband that she had an ugly cry over what Shenique did at the party, and he agrees that no one wants to be at a party with their mate's ex. Asha doesn't like that Shanique called her insecure. And I was like, well, if you ain't like that bitch, you should have checked her ass right then and there. She says that it's an ongoing joke that doctors will break up with the chick that held them down during residency and be with somebody else. And she says that she got with Larry 2 months before his residency ended. And I was like, that's interesting. That lets me know right then and there that there was some overlapping between you and his ex. And she's very cavalier about the little joke that she says that, about doctors, leaving the girl that held them down during residency and breaking up with them. She was like, basically it is what it is. Too bad for you. Like she acts like she doesn't care. She acts like she has beef towards this Anissa lady. Like it's obviously something there. It's obviously more to the story than what she's leading on to us and even her friends, because she act like she don't like her. And why don't you like her if there's no issue? It's something missing. Something missing. She know her nigga ain't shit. It's way more to this than we know. So they go to the doctor to talk about having a baby, and they've decided they're gonna move forward with having a baby, which I don't know how that's gonna work. So Shanika, her little tiny husband Robert, go to dinner, and he tells her that he wasn't happy about the argument she had with Asha at the party. Shanique calls Asha an actress and says that she put on a whole show that night, and he wants to know why the convo didn't end when she told her that Anissa is, Robert's friend, and that, she's a good friend to the family. She's been, the baby shower was on family vacations. Like she's a good friend of their family. So yeah, I'm going to invite her. He tells her that before he even knew who Larry was or had even met him, that Larry was trying to work things out with Anissa because he and Asha were on a break. And Robert says that he knows for sure that there was an overlap between the two women, because remember, Anissa is his homegirl. So I was like, Robert, you being real messy, you little tiny man, but give us all the goddamn tea, sir. So at Amani's house, she tells her husband that she's going to reach out to her dad. They've been texting back and forth, but she hasn't seen him face to face since she was 11. The husband not really sure if that's what she should do, but he's going to support her decision anyway. He just don't want this man to come into his wife's life and hurt her more than what he's already done. So she texts her father and says that she wants to see him, and this nigga responds back that he's at work and he has to think about it. Excuse you, bitch. Girl, nigga, you would never have to worry about me asking to see your black ass again. Like, how you gonna say that to your child that you fucked over that, oh, I'll think about seeing you? Bitch, please. Mind you can tell her feelings was hurt, but she was keeping it together for the cameras. But like, that was so fucked up. So Shanique goes to Jasmine house, y'all, because it's the day of Jasmine's doll themed brunch. Shanique go over there with this tank top on, this too little bra, this spandex skirt, and these wedges. And I'm like, where in the TJ Maxx are you going? Shanique got a cute shape, but Shanique is one of them girls that think that if I wear stuff that's tight that accentuates my body, that equals fashion, and it don't. Like, it just looks a mess. And it looked cheap as fuck. So then, um, the decor for the party was really cute. I really like what she did with it. The backyard looked beautiful. Shanique says she isn't happy that she's being placed across from Asha at the at the table, and says she's just gonna ignore the bitch. So Jasmine and Shanique come out, It's, the party has started. They didn't change their outfits, and I don't even understand why they changed because they look even worse. Jasmine come out with this necklace around her head, like Kim Kardashian had at her wedding to that little tall Igor looking ass nigga that she married before Kanye. Then she got on this prom dress that she looked like she got from Sears. It was country as fuck. I know she was hot. It wasn't fashionable. Her makeup wasn't done. Her hair was just there. And then Shenique got on another two-piece outfit. She got on this two-piece top and this two-piece gray skirt. It's too tight. Her bra is too little. She got faux breasts. She got on this chunky necklace. It just looked cheap and tawdry. It looked like straight from the 90s. Like the fashions have to be improved in me. Like they dress worse than the wives in Atlanta on Married to Medicine. Like at least they shit ain't that distractingly horrible. Like their fashions are terrible in LA. Like I'm like, what in the fuck? Like y'all in LA, bitch. So um Amani didn't show up, child, and her top was cute. It was a little cute, little flirty. I forgot the fabric, what that fabric is called, but it was a little cute, little white flirty little top. But then what fucked the outfit up is sis had on an old navy blue jean mini skirt and some wedges. Oh my god! If you still wearing wedges, like just unsubscribe to my channel. There is no acceptable reason for anybody to be wearing wedges unless you got a foot problem. Like wedges are fucking horrible. And then the wedges that she had on were so fucking cheap, bitch. It was horrible. Brittany got to be the most fashionable out the whole crew. Like her dress was cute. I didn't really care for the shoes. She had a little kitten heel, but her hair was cute and the dress was, cute and flirty for the event. Asha and Noel arrived and they outfits weren't no better. Noelle got on this old polyester, thick ass church dress inspired look. Asha's outfit wasn't horrible. I just didn't like the material. They show up and they like shocked at how big Jasmine's house is and the fact that her husband drive a Bentley. They looking all on the inside like they ain't never seen a Bentley before in their life. And they both say they ain't never met Jasmine's husband and they've been knowing her for over a year. And they all looking like, what that's about. So I'm like, what is that about? They say that he's a psychiatrist, and then when they walk in the house, Noel say, like ain't no way in hell a doctor can afford this type of house because this gotta be an $8 million house. And I was like, you don't know what that man doing. She say that he gotta have some other side hustles to be able to afford the type of house that they live in. I'm like, girl, have you ever watched Real Housewives of the OC with old girl husband that was a plastic surgeon? Like doctors can afford that type of house. Like what are you talking about? Like you don't know what this man doing, like what type of clientele he got. But they basically saying that this nigga got to be doing some extra to be affording their lifestyle. So Asha, let me see. So we found out that Jasmine is Persian and black. Her father's Persian, her mother is black. And then she got teased a lot growing up because she grew up in, LA or whatever. Asha tells Britton that Larry is worried about having a baby for financial reasons. And Britton like, girl, your husband make enough money to support you and several children. So it got to be something more to it that he just not saying. AKA, this nigga don't want to have no baby with you, bitch. Larry husband is up to no good. I mean, Asha husband Larry is up to no motherfucking good. This nigga is playing all the games. So Britton and Asha have a conversation then about, her family and, when they leave, she tries to be really stoic and not try to, she doesn't like to cry in front of her family or her kids because she feels like crying is weak. She used to be in the army. And she says, growing up, she never really saw her mother cry. And then she gets teary-eyed and stuff. And Asha's like, girl, crying isn't weak. You need to show your family that you care and, that type of stuff. And it was good seeing Britton in that light. I really like Britton the most out of the girls so far. Jasmine asked the girls what they think about the theme of the party. And Noelle says that she was offended, honey, because she is 40 years old and she is not about to be anybody's doll. And that with being a mom, with being a mom, having a doll can have a negative impact on girls because she saw it with her own daughter. Her daughter had an aversion to brown skinned dolls and at one point wanted to try to dye her hair blonde. Imani says that her patients with eating disorders often refer to wanting to look like Barbie a lot. And Britton says, to say that a doll is the reason your daughter had low self-esteem, you can't blame a doll for that. And Noelle say imagery is powerful. And Asha says what happens in Western society is that black beauty is not valued. And I was like, amen. I mean, it's not valued when it's on us, but it's valued on other women of a lighter persuasion that like to take our attributes, our looks, our swag, our hairstyles, and then put it on them, and then it's the best thing ever. Asha says we are always having to suture ourselves to the white male aesthetic. We're outsiders, and that really honestly is true. And I can understand where Noelle was coming from, because growing up, my mama really never did buy me black dolls. I had like black Cabbage Patch dolls, but as far as like Barbie dolls, I think I had like one black Barbie doll and like white Barbie dolls. And I grew up going to a predominantly white school up until I was in the fourth grade. So I would be like the only one black child in a sea full of white girls. And I grew up, watching Saved by the Bell and Babysitters Clubs and all of these things, especially growing up in the 80s and not seeing black representation like we do now. And it's gotten better now in the 2000s. But growing up, I used to want to be white. Like I used to want to have silky hair. I used to want to be white. I used to want the white boys to like me. So I can understand where Noelle is coming from. And it is detrimental as black parents to instilling your children at a very young age is about black beauty and how we are the best thing ever in life, and to have your children have black dolls and making them watch black television shows and black movies so they can see themselves being represented. Because like I said, growing up, I didn't have that, so I used to always want to look like white women and have the white woman aesthetic. Thank God I grew up out of that. But, imagery is powerful. So I understood that, and I really appreciate the conversation that they had. It was very detrimental. And I really, really liked the conversation that Jasmine provoked. And she said that she provoked the conversation on purpose, and that, growing up, she wanted to look like her big sister, who is darker than she is and has, kinkier hair. So it really made me appreciate Jasmine. She's not just a ditzy, blonde, mixed girl. So Imani, Brittany, and Shenique have dinner, and Shenique child got on this lace bodycon dress that's once again too little, and it looked flammable and cheap, and like she got on them YSL heels. It looked like she done ran into the ground. Like I just need for these fashions to get together immediately. So Imani asked Shanique, are she and Asha done fighting? And she says, I don't know. She says she told Asha before the party that Anissa would be there, and she still decided to show up. So I and Brittany and Imani like, now wait a minute, because she made it seem like she didn't even know the chick was gonna be there. So what is going on? They confused, I'm confused, we all shocked, and they were like, I can't even be mad at Shanique no more because somebody lying her. So I can't wait to find out next week episode. Did I should really know that the girl was gonna be there and try to pretend when she got there like she ain't know and putting on this show for real? Like, what's going on, sis? So they then bring up Jasmine's party, and Imani say, "Can we talk about this house?" And they like, "Yes." I mean, what you trying to say? And she say it looked like a drug dealer house, and I was like, "Oh Lord, here we go." And so next week episode is really about to be something, because Jasmine gonna confront Imani about saying her house like a drug dealer house. And then Shanique gonna tell Asha about Larry and overlapping her and Anissa together. It's gonna be an all-out melee, and I'm ready for it. It's really heating up over there on Married to Medicine LA. So make sure y'all tuning in. Let's talk down below what y'all think about episode 2. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you tonight. Bye.